Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'm bringing you today's episode. And today we're going to talk about hands. What does it mean? Why is it important? And before I get into that though, as I've mentioned in the past, I finally managed to find a really good online casino that I feel comfortable recommending to you guys called BetUS. Been around for a long time. Definitely a legit place. Takes regular money, takes Bitcoin, cashes out in both, whatever you choose. Has a really good sports book with odds right in line with all the Vegas odds makers out here. All the blackjack variants, the carnival games, roulette variants, European roulette, and has craps. Craps is the biggest one. It's the hardest one to find. Plus it has live dealer games. So check it out. There's some links down below that will link you to some of their sign-up specials if you're interested. Again, it's legit and it's the best one that I've come across yet. And online casinos are fantastic if you don't live near a casino or if you like to play small limits to be able to test your strategies. So yeah, there you go. Check it out. All right, so hands. Now, when we talk about hands, we are talking about the smoothness of their dealing, and it generally comes down to three things with some intangibles next to it. The most basic one of those things is sizing in. The ability to size in and size in properly, smoothly, and quickly. Being able to size in is a core skill for craps. When we see dealers that cannot size in very well at craps, we know one, they skipped on blackjack because you should know how to deal. You should know how to size in just from dealing blackjack. Two, we know they are very new or they don't care about trying to be good dealers. When they can't even size in, we instantly know this is a very subpar, very poor dealer. Number two is being able to pick. Being able to pick, which means being able to just grab from your stack however many you need. You know, if I want to grab 3, I've got 3. I don't need to turn my hand sideways to look because I can pick. I can feel it. I want 2, I've got 2. Okay? If I want to pick 4, then I pick 4. Right? Don't have to look. If I want to pay out $14, I pay it out. I don't look at my hands. I don't turn it sideways. I just know because I picked it and I could feel it. I can pick. Very important. Very important. The majority of your payouts, you are going to pick your payouts. A huge majority of your payouts, you're going to pick your payouts. When I see dealers that pick from their stack and they turn their hand sideways, I know they don't know how to pick, which means they've not even attempted to learn how to pick. And again, I know they are probably a subpar dealer. The biggest one, drop cutting. Drop cutting, because it's the most difficult one. Drop cutting is the ability to separate out however many checks you need before you put it down. That doesn't mean on the table and doing this. I call that the peel off. You're just peeling it off. That's not drop cutting. Drop cutting is knowing that I'm putting 2 checks down without having to look at my hands. I can do it by feel. Drop cutting is very important in craps because it makes it way quicker for you to set up your bets. The hardest ones typically are 3 and 4. 5 is a difficult one to drop cut, but you don't do it very often, just generally when you're making change. So 4 is one of the least common because you don't go 108 across all that often. And then 3 is the next least common, I suppose you could say. Being able to drop cut. Being able to drop cut, a core skill. There's multiple ways to drop cut. From the front, from the back, using your thumb, using your index finger, your middle finger, multiple ways to drop cut. How you do it does not matter. What matters is that the dealer is able to do it. If a dealer cannot drop cut, they're not a good dealer. They're not considered a dice dealer. We say that all the time. If on any given night, I can go to a casino that has, say, 6 craps tables. That means they have 24 dealers. On any given night, I would bet that even their own floors, their own box people would say, okay, we've got 24 dealers, so we've got 8 craps dealers and 16 people that deal craps. There's a huge difference. They can't drop cut. If they can't pick, if they can't size in, they're a dealer that is dealing craps, or a dealer that is on the craps table. They are not a craps dealer at all. Hands, very important. Now, some of the intangibles that also kind of get lumped into it. One, how quietly you deal. Now, casinos are really, really loud. So they cover up a lot of small, minor sounds. I mean, if I do this, I can hear it. You might have heard it on the camera. In the casino, you probably didn't hear it because there's so much ambient noise. All right, so if I can cut that out, hand it off, there's not a lot of clicking and clacking of the checks. In the casino, that will come out almost silent or silent. Nobody would hear it. Versus you hear all that clicking, clacking. That's the sign of a bad dealer. They talk about being silent. When I first started dealing, one of the floors was a friend of mine, and he was sitting box one time. He looks at me and goes, I think I have a Clydesdale next to me. And I'm like, all right, dude, I'll stop banging the damn chips around. Yeah, everyone's got to be a comedian. But he was right. I was slamming around. I was banging around. Even going back to my stacks, I was slamming the chips down. There's no need for that. Quiet. Quiet and smooth. There's no herky-jerky motions. I'm going out smooth. I'm not trying to go super fast. Just nice, quiet, smooth. And then when you add in some of the smaller tricks that speed things up, being able to throw the chips underneath like that, things like that. Those kind of get lumped into hands, but in reality, if you can do those, then you've already got the other stuff down, so you already have good hands. But hands, the number one thing, they're core skills for craps. You're taught them in your dealing school while you're learning the game and expected to master them through the dealing school. The ones that do, well, okay, not master, but the ones that get acceptable at it end up being dice dealers. The ones that don't practice it, suck at it halfway through the course or at the end of the course, then go out somewhere to deal. They're going to get made fun of. They're going to get told you need to practice, so on and so forth. But it's too late. They already have shown that they're not going to practice. They're not going to get better. They don't care. They don't listen. They're not interested, and they end up not being craps dealers. They may be dealers that deal craps, but they're not going to be craps dealers. Can't tell you how many people go through a dealing school, deal craps a few times their first few months and never deal it again. And it's not their choice. A lot of times it comes down to hands. So hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video. And as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that, but the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up, the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.